angry black man. I don't know how to act. I'm shooting everybody. I'm selling all this crack. Angry black man. Let me tell my story.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Welcome back. Episode 8 of I Need Answers podcast. I am glad y'all here listening. I appreciate every single one of my listeners. I just need y'all to really do me a favor. I hope it's not too much to ask. I don't think it is, but I just need y'all to either like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, or all three. And the reason why I say that is because I'm going to start doing giveaways and stuff like that. And I'm going to be asking questions on all three of those platforms. I Need Answers Podcast on Facebook, at I Need Answers Pod on Instagram and Twitter. So I'm going to be asking what y'all want as far as giveaways. I know for a fact I'm doing a movie ticket giveaway for Black Panther. So be fully prepared. I will be doing a movie ticket giveaway for Black Panther. And the only way you can qualify for any giveaway is if you're following us on one of those platforms, because that's where I'm going to have you respond to as well. So, with that being said, please make sure you're following us. I Need Answers Podcast on Facebook. I Need Answers Pod on Instagram and Twitter. It's very important. You know what I mean? But today, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I know the last couple episodes was kind of long. That's because we had some guests, and I wanted to make sure the guests was able to get everything out that we needed them to get out to make sure y'all get the full content. It is episode 7 is critically acclaimed. Shout out to my boy Kim Badger. Y'all will definitely hear more from us in regards to more episodes, stuff like that later on down the line. So definitely shout out to him for giving such an open story and interview about his life. So that's pretty dope and whatnot. I'm trying to get this light. Y'all see that light? I'm talking to the video people, y'all. I'm on video. I'll be recording the videos. And I know I didn't post the videos on Instagram, but speaking of, I did post the videos on the new YouTube page. So if you are a YouTube person, you like to see video, then make sure you go ahead and follow us on YouTube. That is also I Need Answers. I'm trying to get this video leveled up. Oh, there's my phone. Let me see. I'm gonna get this video leveled up for us. I think that's good, right? That look good. Let's scoot it over just a little bit. Boom. So now we more level. All right. So yeah, I had to just fix the video. So it's a few things we need to talk about. I got to ask some questions. It's a very hot topic that's going on. Unfortunately, because I hate when people make it seem like we wanted this to happen. You know what I mean? And when I say we, I mean people like me who only want equal justice and equal rights throughout the society for all people, and in particular Black people who are being denied equal rights and equal justice, as much as they try and tell you we're not. But I live the life. I know better than you do. For you people who think I'm lying, or for you people who think we just making this shit up, I know better than you do. I live the life. I'm an African American male. I live it. This is my reality, not yours. So stop telling me what I live, what I'm saying, what I experience, what I talk to my other brothers about. You know what I mean? Other Black men, we all dealing with a lot of different things. It ain't no fucking collaborated, made up story about how we all gonna say this is going on and how we want to defame the government. Most people I deal with, we don't want nothing free. We just want to be left alone. And I've been saying that from day one. So, unfortunately, God rest this woman's soul, because at the end of the day, I don't want to see nobody dead. But a Minnesota police officer did kill an unarmed woman. And in the headline on the Black Loop, I saw a Black officer shoots and kill an unarmed white woman. And it said, now see what happened in America. And, this happened on July 17th. So the last episode was already out at that point. I'm sorry, the last episode came out that day. Excuse me, that was a week ago. So I wasn't able to cover it. And plus, that was we did an episode with my guy Kim Badger. That was powerful episode. So make sure you check that out. But this happened in Minnesota, man. Minneapolis, Minnesota, the same place where Philando Castile was killed on camera in broad daylight. The issue with this whole thing is they don't have it on camera. Both officers said their body cams was off, and both officers said the dash cam had an error. So we already know that was a suspicious situation. The thing is, this particular officer, I believe he's Muslim, and he's Somalian. Excuse me, he's Somalian, and he's of he's darker skin tone. So black cop killed black cop killed white woman. Now we get to see America's true colors, and America has shown us over the week. I haven't seen Blue Lives Matter, to be completely honest. What happened? What happened to Blue Lives Matter? They immediately demonized the officer, which again, this is what's supposed to happen. The issue is when it's opposite. When we reverse this, if this was a black woman and a white cop, then we wouldn't, this wouldn't be as docile as it is as far as the media coverage. But they have already demonized the police officer. They have already stated that she shouldn't have died. The police chief already has stepped down. I mean, you see swift justice happening. This is what we're asking for. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I said we need to separate ourselves from the dominant society, because this is what they think of us. All we're asking for is justice. You're acting like we're asking for too much. Yes, there's people out here saying we deserve reparation, which we do. We do deserve reparation. Our ancestors built this country for free. I love how people always like to say, well, your ancestors were criminals, and they were criminals, so they were sent over here. Okay, some of the first wave was criminals, but they ended up having children and children. Like, stop the bullshit. We weren't all criminals, and we're not all criminals now. Don't make it seem like it's in our DNA to be criminals. And that's what they act like. But this is all we ask for, the same justice that this woman had. So then you see this vigil outside. It's people tweeting reactions and stuff like that. You see, it says, in case the racists didn't notice, Black Lives Matter has some of the strongest and loudest voices demanding justice for Justine Demond. That's her name, I'm sorry, Justine Demond. Her name, it was a Muslim police officer who shot Justine Demond, identified as Mohammed Noor from Somalia. It's just, he's already been public. He was identified the day he killed her. That has never happened in the history of killing an African American. They never identified this person. So my first question is, why are y'all identifying so fast? You know what I mean? What's going on here? It just doesn't seem like the same treatment. We're looking at the evidence. You can pull up a news timeline from every single black person that has been recently killed, just period. Or you can do that whenever. I mean, this has been happening forever. Black people have been getting mistreated by cops forever. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it doesn't happen to other people, you know what I mean, to the misfits and whatnot in the dominant society. But what I'm saying is black people as a whole, no matter if you dress nice, you dress crazy, you can have gang colors on, you can have a suit on. We just all historically have been harassed by police officers, and it's documented, and I can give you accounted stories. I can bring in every black person I know that can tell me their story about a black officer, and I guarantee you 9.9 out of 10 will tell you a story they had with an officer in which they didn't do anything and they were harassed by a police officer, including me. I can tell you stuff that happened to me when I was 13. I can tell you stuff that happened to me when I was 14. I can tell you how they treated me when I was 10 years old getting suspended. I can tell you what happened to me when I was 16 when somebody said we had a gun on us. I can tell you what happened to me when I was 20. Like, I have countless stories. You know what I mean? That's just, I have minor incidents with police officers. You know what I mean? I ain't never get choked up like my brother did. You know what I mean? My brother got hemmed up by a police officer. You know what I mean? So it's, listen, man, it's countless. So, you know what I mean? So as I was saying, so what happened was Justine Demond called the police, right? She called the police because there was domestic violence in her area. Let me make sure. This is, hold on. Because Nora's going to have to use the I fear for my life. Let's see here. Because the police chief stepped down. I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure, because in this article they're doing a lot of comparison to Fernando Castillo because it's the same city. But I want to tell her story. 2 officers. Okay, here we go. So, according to Star Tribune, the woman's name was Justine Demond from Australia. The new source reports Justine was in the alleyway behind her house in Washburn Avenue when officers were responding to a 911 call. Reportedly, there had been an assault. So yeah, there was an assault. I forgot, I said domestic, but it was an assault. The Tribune reports that 2 officers pulled up in one squad car. Justine rushed over to the driver's door and, for an unspecified reason, the passenger officer pulled a gun and fired through the driver's door into Justine, maybe fearing for his life. So yeah, that's what they put in quotations. So the officer, as she called 911, she went and approached the car. You know what I mean? We can start nitpicking and say maybe she shouldn't have done that. Maybe she, you don't run into a police officer's car like that. They don't know who you are. You didn't identify yourself. We can do all that, but I'm not being a hypocrite. You know what I mean? I don't like when they do that shit to us. But my thing is, they are investigating this shit fast. I mean, with no video on the dash cam, no video body cam. They already identified the police officer. They identified the victim. The police chief has already stepped down. They already launched an investigation. It took them an entire year to launch an investigation for Philando Castile with video evidence, dash cam and body cam, and the cell phone video evidence from Philando Castile's girlfriend. So, this is just to show y'all the hypocrisy of America. This is to show y'all this is what America does. So again, stop getting mad at people for being outraged in officer shootings, because I don't see Blue Lives Matter protecting this officer. I wonder why. This is what we're talking about. Stop saying we're making up stories. Stop saying we're being outraged. Stop saying we're on some stupid shit. That's not true. We're showing you the facts. I don't care about convincing the dominant society. I'm talking to black people. I need you to understand this is what's happening to us. What are we going to do about this? This is what we need to do. We need to get our own ecosystem. We need to be supporting our own. We need to build our own wealth. We need to have our own communities. We need to be able to live amongst ourselves. We need some of our children getting on the police force so they can stop this madness. We need some of our children to be judges and lawyers. We need some of our children to be scientists, to be politicians. We need to fill all these job fields. We do. It's just a simple fact of the matter. We can't sit here and continue to let this go on. There is literally like extermination. They are literally exterminating black people. And then they're giving people a reason to kill black people. If you understand this, you got to understand how important this is. If a police officer can have their body cam on, dash cam on, shoot a person without reasonable cause, shoot a black person in particular. I'm not going to say a person, because that shit don't fly with anybody. As we can see with what's going on with Justine, she's going to get the justice she deserves if this officer is found guilty, or if this officer was in the wrong. It looks like he is. I'm not even going to sit here and say allegedly. I don't do all that shit. It looks like he's wrong based on the evidence that's been put forth. But like I was saying, if you can shoot a black person, kill a black person, excuse me, not just shoot him. If you can kill a black person, right, you get paid suspension. You get a GoFundMe page started for you. Then, once you go to trial, you're going to get found not guilty, because that's what's been happening. We know it's going to happen. So you're going to go to trial, get found not guilty. Then you're going to turn around, get your back pay from your job, keep all the GoFundMe money, because now you don't have any lawyer fees. And then on top of that, you walk free, and then you're probably going to get fired from the job, or you're going to get let back on the force. We don't know. Shelly, Officer Shelly, she's back on the force, but Officer Yanimez, or the guy that killed Philando Castile, he's not on the force. So, you know what I mean? And then the police chief just stepped down. That's 2 murders by police officers. One to a white woman, one to a black guy. And, she stepped down after this, but she ain't stepped down for Philando Castile's murder. You know what I mean? So just understand what we're dealing with, folks. This is what we are talking about. And I need y'all to get on board and understand that our lives don't matter to America. It's just a simple fact. I'm just going to be completely honest. Our lives do not matter to America. They will not matter to America. You know what I mean? So, let's see how this all plays out. We're going to see if the officer gets off. I highly doubt it. You know what I mean? And if they charge him with, they're not, because I tell you how they this is how they get the officers off. They charged them, well, not all of them, because Philando Castile's murderer got charged with manslaughter. What they do is they charge them with first-degree murder. Whenever you see someone get charged with first-degree murder, just understand when a cop kills a black person and get charged with first-degree murder, they will get off. The only way you can get charged with first-degree murder is if you plan to kill someone. They may have planned to kill someone, but how can you really prove that in court when an officer is on duty and all they gotta do is say, I fear for my life, give their account of the details, and they are going to walk free every single time. So when you see someone get charged with first-degree murder, understand that they are not trying to get justice. They're just going through the emotions to satisfy the people to say, we tried, and then say we left it up to a jury, and the jury failed us. No, the jury didn't fail us. You did with your charges. It should be manslaughter charges. Involuntary manslaughter is the charge that should happen. You understand me? Involuntary manslaughter is the charge that should happen. I am actually going to define by word for verbatim what involuntary manslaughter is, because essentially what it means is you didn't mean to kill someone, but you are responsible for their murder. You know what I mean? So it could be involuntary manslaughter by vehicle, stuff like that. So involuntary manslaughter usually refers to an unintentional killing that results from recklessness or criminal negligence, or from an unlawful act that is a misdemeanor or low-level felony. So a DUI can be involuntary manslaughter. Recklessness, as far as a police officer pulling his gun out and just start busting off at people, is considered involuntary manslaughter. So when it's involuntary manslaughter charged, that is your best chance of getting justice. So anything other than that, I don't believe they're trying to get justice, period. So just understand that. Just understand, anything that isn't involuntary manslaughter charge, I don't believe they're trying to get justice. I'll just be completely honest. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and keep battering that dead horse. Just know that if they're going to try and get justice, they'll do involuntary manslaughter. With this cop, if they don't do involuntary manslaughter, I'm not going to act like they may not still convict, because he is still black and he's a Muslim. Those are public enemy number 1 and number 2 right there. So it is what it is. Moving on, let's go to some more racial shit. Vermont teen charged with spray painting dumb nigger on high school football field. South Burlington High School graduate. He was arrested for spray painting a racial slur. 18-year-old Tyler Austin. 18-year-old Tyler Austin is a racist. He's from Vermont. I mean, come on, seriously. Do I need to say more? I don't think I need to. Again, little 18-year-old Tyler is a fucking racist. You know, no surprise there. Fuck him. Nevertheless, I want to talk about some positive news too. Girl trip. They bust that ass, Rough Night. We see what you tried to do, Rough Night. Girl trip bust that ass. Y'all came in and came out. Girls trip took $20 million to make. They already made $50 million they made $30 million on the first weekend. Again, remember I told you how they do black movies. Black movies is inexpensive. They don't take a lot of money to make black movies. You know what I mean? They purposely, they give us a lower budget. You know what I mean? They call it a black movie, and then they, we go and bust that box office ass, and all of a sudden we hot. You feel what I'm saying? And then, it is what it is. We do what we do. I know they gave Dunkirk, $50 million? And they gave them, $50 million to make? They already made 100 or something like that. Or maybe they took 100. They took 100 to make. Or some shit. I don't know. Dunkirk, that Dunkirk movie budget was crazy. But, they had a decent weekend. They made $55 million and whatnot. And, Girls Trip made $50 million. So, you see how we do. They had a way bigger budget and all that other shit, and we didn't. So, we are doing black movies, man. Congratulations to the stars of that movie. Queen Latifah, Tiffany Haddish, Regina Hall, and Jada Pinkett Smith. So congratulations to them queens, man. I haven't saw the movie yet. I am fully planning to go see the movie. Unfortunately, I had a busy weekend. I went to a gender reveal party. I don't know why people hate those. I think it's pretty fun. Went to a gender reveal party. I had my birthday dinner. My birthday actually was on July 20th, so I'm still taking birthday gifts if you would like to send them. But yeah, I had a busy weekend, so that's the reason why I didn't get a chance to go see it, but I will go see that movie immediately. As soon as I possibly can, I will go see Girls Trip. I do still gotta take my wife to the movies anyway, so boom, there you go. Nevertheless, There's a married pastor who popped in prostitution sting, paying $80 for a womb. All right, these pastors out here tripping. All right. Nevertheless, I want to get into some other positivity. Or actually, I want to talk to y'all about a little something. Team Lawrence versus Team Issa. Lawrence the legend. I'm just befuddled as to how women are really justifying Issa's actions by saying, yeah, she cheated, but she said she was sorry. Damn, get over it. What? We finally get the champion, a good man, a faithful man, and y'all telling us to shut up, and then y'all on the internet talking about he on an air mattress and shit? Why are y'all women justified when y'all cheat, but, call us trash when we cheat? I wouldn't understand that, I need some answers. So I just wanted to just touch on that real quick. Team Lawrence, man. Look at this shit. Fox News called a high school cheerleader who allegedly killed her baby a good girl. Yes, that's right. Ohio cheerleader described as good girl after being charged with reckless homicide for the death of her baby. You already know she was a white girl. Just know. That's what Fox News says. She says, Fox News report says she didn't drink, she wasn't a partier or a smoker. By all measures, a very good girl who helped children. She, by all means, a very good person. But she murdered her baby. That's how that goes. I'm just pointing out what's going on, and I'm going to tell y'all what we're going to do next, as far as what actions we're going to take to alleviate ourselves from the dominant society. We hate to be a burden to them. We're such a burden to them because we get so much welfare and things of that nature, and even those, we don't even get half the welfare, but we get so much welfare. We're so lazy. We're always looking for a handout. Well, if that's the case, then we'll ease your burden and we'll go do our own thing. And make sure you stay out of our business when we go do our own thing. You know what I mean? We're going to have our own economic system. We're going to have our own banks. We're going to have our own school system, things of that nature. We're going to teach our children. We're not going to just subdue them into falsified history and, things of that nature. So just know that. I'm not saying... it's possible to fully segregate. I don't think that's going to happen, to be completely honest. I don't think it's a necessary thing that needs to happen. I think we need to just segregate in certain aspects of things. We can do business together, but we got to make sure our business is tight on our end. We definitely need to get the fuck up out them schools. That is not even negotiable in regards to that. We're not going to school for y'all to teach us bullshit. So we need to get out of that curriculum that we're currently in. Things of that nature. So, that's all I'm saying in regards to that. Let's see. It was one more other thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. But before I get into that last thing, I wanted to, again, remind y'all to make sure y'all follow us on social media because we're going to start doing giveaways. And I'm actually going to ask y'all, what do y'all want me to give away? Please email me, iswtfiw@gmail.com. Please email me things that y'all interested in. Maybe I should post a survey on our website to see the kind of things you're interested in so I can start doing giveaways. I know y'all want free stuff, right? And it ain't going to, all my contests is most likely going to be check out the show, tell me what I said at, what was my comments on this, and this, or something like that. And then, send your answer to one of these social media sites, you know what I mean, and hashtag, I need answers kind of thing. It's going to be something like that. Something real simple. I'm not going to have y'all doing all this craziness or nothing like that. It's just making sure y'all follow us on social media, listening to the show, because I don't want people that don't listen to the show to win. That ain't fair. People that have been faithful listeners, I support you. Make sure y'all tweet us, Instagram us. Tell me you listening, man. I like to hear from people. Let me know you checking out the show. You rocking with the show, stuff like that. Meek Mill album is fire. 444 is fire. What else came out? Tyler the Creator album is sounding cool too. What else happened? Damn it. I had a story that I wanted to talk to y'all about. And I bet I'm going to remember that shit as soon as I get off this podcast. Well, I can't think of it right now. But once I do think of it, I will I will bring it up on his podcast. Oh, wait. Here we go. Yup, yes. I found that shit already. So, let me tell you about this fuck shit. Remember how I told y'all? Oh, first and foremost, I want to tell y'all, I will be doing a free movie giveaway for Black Panther. I said it earlier in the show. I'm gonna say it again. Here we go. So, inmates offered reduced jail time for having birth control procedure, meaning Tennessee County inmates, they're asking males to get a vasectomy, and they can shave 30 days off their jail sentence. So essentially what I told you they were trying to do is they're trying to stop us from breeding. They don't want us breeding. They don't want us making new black people. They don't want to continue our melanin going on and on. They want to get rid of the melanin. They want to get rid of the black skin. They're offering 30 days off your jail time for you to get a vasectomy. 30 fucking days off your jail time for you to get a vasectomy. They do not want you breeding. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to say criminal is DNA. It's not. I wish they would stop that. Criminal comes from behavior. You know what I mean? How many violent criminals come from the suburbs? And then how many violent criminals come from subsidized housing? You know what I mean? I'm not going to put color on that. Just look at it. How many violent criminals come from a well-off family, and how many violent criminals come from fucked up families? Like, you know, it tells you it's the surroundings, it's the circumstances. It is not the skin color. It's not in the DNA. Stop the stupid shit. You need to stop that, man. That is false. Tennessee County Jail is out here trying to shave niggas' nuts off under the falsehood of giving them a reduced sentence where they're going to come back and say some old bullshit. And then CNN posted a video that shows a Baltimore police officer plant evidence at the scene of a drug arrest. How are you at a drug arrest and you need to plant more evidence? Which means it might have not even been a drug arrest. They were setting somebody up. But you know, nobody's going to say nothing about that. Nothing. So, yeah. That is what it is, man. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this show. I told y'all it was going to be a quick show today. Make sure you guys are following us on all social medias. I Need Answers Podcast on Facebook. I Need Answers Pod on Instagram and Twitter. And then also, if you are listening to this episode on like on the website and you want to get you would like to listen to it on another platform, so like an actual podcast app, we are in iTunes, Stitcher, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Player FM, TuneIn, and Google Play. So those are the confirmed podcast apps that we are on. If you know that we're on anything else, please let us know. I would definitely like to make sure I update my list, but I keep a list of the platforms we're on so people can say, when people say how can I listen, you know, you can just go check out the pages and you can see the platforms that we're on. Again, I thank you guys for listening. I'll talk to y'all next week. I'm hoping to have a special guest next week because I want to talk about how black men are being left behind. I'm gonna get that episode in one of these within the next week or two. I want to talk about how black men are being left behind in the new movement, and I want to make sure that does not happen because we do need to play an important part. We are very helpful and we have big numbers. And we need to help our sisters out here. The women are out here just running the movement, fellas, and I don't see nothing that's really going on, you know, besides myself and a few other people. And, you know, I'm going to get out here active in these streets, you feel what I'm saying? I'm going to be out here, you're going to start seeing videos of me out here, you hear me? I just want to get this information to y'all immediately, and then, you know, I like to talk and I like to do action. I'm a doer and a talker, and not just one or the other, you feel me? So thank you. Again, email me to let me know what y'all want as far as free things, maybe free dinners, free movie tickets, stuff like that. I'm going to be giving out some free gift cards. I'm going to be doing that. So definitely let me know what y'all trying to do. I'll make sure I make that happen. Again, iswtfiw@gmail.com. Make sure you email me. Let me know what you want for free. In the subject line, put giveaways or something. You know what I mean? All right. Peace, people. Peace, people. Make sure you follow me at MarvCritt and follow all the social media sites of the podcast as well. Boom.